Kobbie Mainoo problem should give Man United bigger concern over Erik Ten Hag's future, as Rasmus Hoylund cut a perplexed figure when Kobbie Mainoo was substituted by Erik Ten Hag in Manchester United's draw against Burnley. Manchester United fans have plenty to worry about, but Kobbie Mainoo being criticized for a lack of energy must be one of their biggest concerns. In another season of massive underperformance for the spluttering Reds, the emergence of the usually dynamic midfielder has been a rare ray of sunshine. The teenager, who only turned 19 less than a fortnight ago, has enjoyed a breakthrough campaign with some scintillating displays, allying his defensive prowess with moments of sheer attacking brilliance which belie his tender years. Mainoo has dragged sporadic United through a host of games. It was no surprise, even when aged just 18, that Gareth Southgate handed him his England debut off the bench against Brazil last month. And the way Mainoo confidently bossed the midfield against Belgium when starting just a few days later suggested he could even nail down a starting spot for the Euros this summer. But he came in for some stick from Sky Sports pundit Tim Sherwood for his lackluster display in Saturday's dismal 1-1 draw against lowly Burnley. Sherwood claimed Mainoo had caught the Casemiro bug, referencing the much-criticized Reds midfielder who's been ridiculed for his lack of speed and simply jogging around the park. Marcus Rashford has been accused of similarly lackluster and listless displays aplenty this term, while even captain Bruno Fernandes has his knockers for at times neglecting his defensive duties. But United must ensure the likes of Mainoo don't head down the same path and fall into the same trap. Boss Erik Ten Hag is under huge pressure as it is to hang on to his job, and if the teenage talent started slipping, too, his hand would be weakened further. More importantly, though, if Mainoo's spark is extinguished so quickly, what sort of message does it send out to the rest of the kids looking to make their mark? If Mainoo gets bogged down in United's obvious malaise, showing disinterest, and that basic requisite of willingness to run, there's little hope for Ten Hag to turn things around. But the under-fire manager only has himself to blame. The lack of drive and urgency at times in United's midfield is frightening. If it becomes the norm, it could take some time to rediscover. Mainoo is crucial in setting the tempo, admittedly at just 19. That shouldn't be the case, but it's a sign of the state United are in that they have already come to rely on his energy and excellence. Hopefully, that an effective performance against Burnley was just a momentary blip. Everyone has off days, especially when still finding their feet at first-team level, and given his consistent high level of performance so far, no one will begrudge him that. But there will be plenty of eyes on Mainoo's body language and approach now for the remaining few games of the season to see if he really has caught the Casemiro bug. All United fans, and England, for that matter, will hope it was just a 24-hour thing. If it isn't, and this becomes a common theme for United's best young talents, Ten Hag's task of keeping his job will become almost impossible. He simply can't let their brightest gem lose his sparkle. In other news, Rasmus Hoylund reacts to Manchester United fans booing Kobbie Mainoo's substitution against Burnley. Rasmus Hoylund cut a perplexed figure when Kobbie Mainoo was substituted by Erik Ten Hag in Manchester United's draw against Burnley. Along with Kobbie Mainoo, Hojlund was withdrawn when the game was still goalless in the 65th minute, with Amad Diallo and Scott McTominay coming on in their place. The move was met with groans from the Old Trafford crowd, with the Danish striker captured on video looking equally surprised with the decision as he made his way around the pitch to the bench. Hojlund had struggled to impact the game whilst on the pitch, and Ten Hag's decision looked to have paid off when Antony fired United ahead in the 79th minute. However, Burnley went on to snatch a late equalize through Zeki Amdouni's penalty, with the point leaving United in 6th and just 1 point above Newcastle. Ten Hag, meanwhile, hit back at criticism of his changes and said he was protecting Mainoo and Hojlund after a grueling few weeks. "No offense, but I have to manage the team. Winning games comes first of all, and you see what the game needs. And I think we needed by that time some freshness first of all," he said. In the midfield, you could see it was a very high-intensity game. It went up and down, and you see also some fatigue in Rasmus, who is a very young player, and Kobbie Mainoo, who is a very young player. And yeah, they were subbed and it was the right decision. You see, after it we took some benefit from it by bringing the fresh legs with Scott in the position. And then we don't even talk about the injury risk. Rasmus Hoylund had more injuries already in the course of this season, and Kobbie Mainoo also had 2 bad injuries. So I don't want them to get injured, so I protected them as well. So there are more reasons to make the subs. I understand that fans want to see. They see also the skills those players bring and contribute to the team. I understand that. But I have to do my job, and that is the right decision. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.